Now they go back to the middle of the mat. Nittany, the number 2 wrestler in the country for Penn State, senior out of Evansville, Indiana, and Mater D High School, a 3-time All-American. Nittany looking to get back to the NCAA tournament, looking to make his mark in Happy Valley, as so many wrestlers have done before him. He's up against Caden Rooks of Indiana, the sophomore out of Columbus, Indiana. Angel Escobedo, the coach for Indiana, is probably fairly happy about the match he just saw with LeWiggs and Roman Bravo Young. Can't be happy about that early takedown, though, from Nick Lee. And Lee getting perpendicular. He's got that wrist of Rooks. And Lee might want to end this one quickly. Good fight by Rooks as he tries to get out of it. But there should be some back points. So
it's just those tough for Rooks. He's listed at 133 on the Indiana website, Jack, and we thought he'd be wrestling potentially at 133 coming in. So if you're, Nick Lee, not necessarily known primarily for his strength, but if you're at 133 wrestling, if you're a 133-pound wrestler wrestling an elite 141-pound wrestler, you're just going to be outsized, outstrengthed in that situation. It's so difficult when a guy like Lee is all over you with, again, that quickness that he has, but also has a significant strength advantage against Rooks as well. Those 8 pounds, it doesn't seem like that much of a difference if you're not a wrestling fan, but it's so huge once you're actually on that mat, and especially at the lower weight classes. That jump from 133 to 141 is a lot, and it's difficult to make and still have the same strength as your opponents, and we're seeing it right here. I mean, Lee has a ton of talent, but right now he's just overpowering Rooks.
Nick Lee with those heavy hips, up 4-1, looking for some back points. No pin there. He pulls over Rooks. And now he's got Rooks's left wrist.
Really close. Rooks just has nothing right now. He has no point, no base to even try to counter Lee from.
And Lee has just been suffocating all match long.
Almost literally with that hold. Oh, there it is.
Pulling Rooks down, and there's the back points.
He's going to get all the back points here if he doesn't get a pin. All 4 are coming.
Lee up 8-1. Cale Sanderson, head coach of Penn State, has just told his team, often it's not just about the entire duel, it's about scoring. You're going to be looking for the NCAA championship at the end of the year. The question is, how much can you score? And Nick Lee is one of the wrestlers from Penn State that shows absolutely no mercy. More back points should be coming soon. No count yet. As we enter 20 seconds to go in the first period, Lee up 8-1. Nick Lee ranks 2nd in the country. 20-1 last season. And that 20-1 might be a little deceiving. Now go ahead, Noah.
Well, I was just going to say, this is a guy, Jack, who, I'm not sure if this is where you were going with it, but this is a guy who only won 4 out of those 20 by regular decision. He is not a guy who, like you said, he's not a guy who's not going to get extra points. He's going for those major decisions, and more than anything else, he's going for those tech falls. He had 5 pins and 7 tech falls out of 21 matches last year, which is just crazy in a conference that is as loaded as the Big Ten. He's facing good wrestlers week in and week out. Oh my goodness, look at that! Look at the way he just broke the arms there to get up for a second. I'm really shocked that Rooks was able to get him right back down. I think Lee thought he was free, but the way he is just able to, that quick stride, those quick twitch muscles in the legs, the explosiveness that he has, is pretty much unparalleled at 141.
Nick Lee grabbing the leg. He might want to turn this one into a single leg takedown and a reversal, and he gets it.
I mean, he's only
crafty.
He's only 4 points away from a tech fall, Jack. This one could be over in a hurry, unless I think we have the
now excuse me,
credited wrong on the scoreboard. I think it should be. Well, I thought it was 12-1. I don't see where Rooks would have gotten to. But
Nick Lee still riding on top of Rooks with 1:20 to go in the second. Now before, I wasn't going that way with how good he is with bonus points, but as speaking of bonus points, he might get some more. No count quite yet. Now, what Nick Lee does so well is get those major decisions and those tech falls, those pins. I think the most impressive part of that 20-1 record is his only loss was in the Big Ten championship against Luke Pletcher of Ohio State, a guy that Nick Lee beat a month earlier in an Ohio State-Penn State duel. So Nick Lee, he's got a giant chip on his shoulder as we head into the Big Ten season. Mark your calendars for Penn State and Ohio State, a rivalry that extends well past football, well past men's basketball, into all the sports, all the sports that the Big Ten calls their own. 12-1 for Lee.
And this Penn State team is so hungry, Jack, because it's both Lee and RBY that, were stymied at the Big Ten championships last year. We talked about Sebastian Rivera coming in over the top against RBY at the Big Ten championships, and then Lee, falling at the Big Ten championship for his first loss of the year. The only guy who won the Big Ten championship individually was Mark Hall, and he's gone now. So this is a Penn State team as a whole that is so hungry, and that's all 4 points, and we're not even going to get to a third period, Jack. This is just an unbelievably dominant performance from Nick Lee. Wow.
So there's the tech fall. A 15-point deficit leads to a tech fall. 5 points going the way of